Peace. How everybody doing today, family? How everybody doing? I know who it is. It's Don P. Like, I don't know who it is, but it's Don P. And sending my blessings to you and yours, But today the topic that I wanted to talk about today was I wanted to talk about women being in their feminine energy. Okay, I wanted to talk about women being naturally in that in their feminine presence. So with that being said, I did have something I wanted to bring up. I feel like this is a very prevalent topic right now. Women, this goes for men too, but I'm not talking about men right now. I'm talking about, not necessarily that I'm not talking about men. I'm talking about women being in their feminine nature. So one thing that has been on my mind, is that I feel like women, I know it's not easy right now because it's so much influences and it's so much distractions, and we got mainstream media, we have all these different apps, but women need to authentically be themselves. So understanding self as first, that's something I'm always going to stress. So understanding yourself first, and then understanding what do I like, what makes me happy, what do I like to do, what gets my mind off things, what type of career do I see myself in, what type of businesses do I see myself starting. Am I giving myself time to detox? Am I giving myself time to just sit back and to understand? Am I giving myself understanding? Am I being there for myself? I feel like women need to not be afraid to being judged. Being judged is something that is inevitable. Okay, it's something that is life processes. I believe we judge and we don't even really give it a real conscious, or we don't even give it a fathomable mind or a fathomable compensation. It's like we don't even know that we're doing it, but it's being done. So it's kind of like our subconscious in a way. But we have to let ourselves be judged openly, okay? Understanding that what somebody else thinks of us, that's something that is ultimately out of our control. And you can be the best person you want to be, or you can be the worst person you want to be. Everything in life is ultimately a decision. So even when you wake up, you could lay back down, you know what I'm saying? But if that is your ultimate decision, then that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna wake up. So obviously that comes with having a purpose. So I feel like when we're moving without purpose too, we can never have, not necessarily self-respect, but we can never have a sense of self-inclination. So we don't know what we want for self, and to know what you want for self, you can go back to the point that I'm making. Women have to authentically be themselves, but if you can't be yourself and you don't know who you are, then you may have to take a few steps back, which is fine, which is totally fine, because we can't ever move forward if we don't go backwards, or if we don't maneuver ways so we can move forward. So sometimes it may be a brick wall, or some type of field in front of us that we can't even see, and that sometimes it is necessary for us to move forward we actually have to go backwards, maybe 5 to 10 steps first, and then we can make those 50 steps forward, which is perfectly fine. And I feel like that's just a process. And as people, we go through so many different phases, and life can literally change in a week or a day or a moment or 10 seconds. Life can change that fast, or it can change gradually. But women have to love themselves first. Women, and as people, we have to love ourselves first, not just women. But I just wanted to talk about being in the feminine energy, and I'm understanding too that I see that a lot of men, you could say men, a lot of men have picked up traits that were typically viewed as, okay, these were things that respectfully women do. Okay, these are things that women do. These aren't necessarily things that we were accustomed to. Like I see a lot of men wearing short shorts. I hear about people getting liposuctions and BBLs. I'm not absolutely sure what's going on, but what type of agenda is being pushed, because this was never the normal, okay? This was never the normal. And I see a lot of traits, even the way women speak, I see a lot of men picking up on those traits. When it's like, we're not women, okay? And where I'm getting is, a lot of men are, instead of being in, okay, I want to be masculine, or I'm gonna learn how to be a man, it's that sometimes we are I don't know, sometimes not me, but I'm speaking for other men that I see pick up these traits as women. And maybe it's household. Another thing that is prevalent that I see a lot is that we let other people, we let the internet, we let the media, we let the lifestyles that we even see ourselves, or the lifestyles that we see from perspective. So the lifestyles that we see other people live, okay? What we see other people post, okay? How other people are living, okay? What we have somewhat of an identity is, obviously, when most people are posting, they're showing the best highlights. It's literally the best highlights. It's literally the best places. It's literally when I've had the most money. It's people usually show when they're doing their best, okay, or when something is going great, or when, you know what I'm saying, it has motion, all right, it has motion. So with that being said, we can't let other people's dictates, we can't let other people's life design, or other people's life design. I like that. Okay, other people's life design dictate how we go about our life. No, we create the life that we want, or whatever life that we want to live. We create that for ourselves. So we're going to create our own habits. We're going to create our own thoughts. We're going to create our own ideas. We're going to create our own systems. Because if we're moving off somebody else's systems, then ultimately we're not running in our lane, or we're not doing the things that we should be doing, because honestly, we don't even know what we want to do. We don't even know where we want to go. If we can't understand that, okay, then it's gonna hard to even be in the nature that we're supposed to be in. So getting back to women being in their feminine, women have to be caring. Okay, women have to love. Women have to know how to communicate. women are natural nurturers and carers, and being people that understand, and the creators of life. Women have such a powerful role in society that the disrespect that we ascend. Um, that's why I'm saying we have to ultimately come back and analyze self. Okay, I believe that women need to connect back with their soft life. Okay, with just being in that feminine energy. Okay, obviously this is my perspective and my ideas and my thoughts, but today that I see a lot of women, which I understand. Okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of women haven't been held or haven't been dealt with in a very honorable, fruitful relationship, loving, compassionate, giving, understanding. Have we even studied our partner? Do we know our partner? Do we know what they like? Do we know what they don't like? Do we know what their plans are? What they dislike? Okay. Do we understand their consciousness, or their what type of person am I even dealing with? Okay. Because you will know what type of person you are dealing with their mind. Okay, you judge a man by his mind, what he can produce. You judge a man by his conscious behavior about what he can produce, if he can lead. There's a lot of qualities in men that have been stripped. I feel like there is an agenda being pushed upon. There's been an agenda pushed on black men. I feel like there is an agenda to make men more feminine, and obviously what they do is, okay, obviously if they're going to make men more feminine, they're going to make women, they're going to give them more testosterone or give them more masculine traits. Okay, so with women being in their feminine energy, I feel like women just need to get back to their soft life. So just being caring, understanding the power of tongue, communication. I don't think women sometimes understand with men the power that they hold, because men are looking to hear what a woman has to say about them. A woman wants to know, what does she genuinely think about me, or how am I having an effect on her? Women have the power to literally speak life into a man, and to make that man feel like he is worthy to the world, or feel like he has a position, or that he needs to find his purpose. Okay, women have such a powerful hold in society that I feel like you guys kind of lose track of it, or sometimes, I mean, we both hold equal power, but a lot of things, okay, we're very different. Women give life. Women are the producers of life. Men just give the sperm, and the egg is gonna find the sperm that it wants to connect. So if the egg doesn't find no sperm, then there's nothing to reproduce. You see what I'm saying? But women have such power. Why do you think when women speak down on a man, or when a mother or speaks down on her child, and she speaks to him like he is a man, why do you guys think that has such an effect? Why do you think when the relationship is very toxic, it's hard to move forward? Because what you're saying about this person what women say, it tends to stick. It men give abuse physically, while women give abuse verbally. And with women, I don't know if they know this or not, but what you guys speak to your men, sons, it sticks with them. Positive, if it's positive, it could damn near maybe even change that whole person's mindset or how they're feeling. But if it's negative, you can literally bring that person down. Just as a man can bring a woman down and lessen her confidence and make her feel less as a person. Women are very great at that. And they are very strong in the tongue. And what they say has real effects. And I feel like if we want to move forward in any way, in any type of way, then we're going to have to reevaluate communication and understanding that communication is a process. And it is a process that both people will have to, it is a process that both of you guys, that both parties are going to have to embrace, okay? So understanding that communication probably plays one of the biggest roles in men and women, in masculinity and in being feminine. I feel like women are a lot better communicators naturally because it's what's natural to them. Men are more trying to understand or trying to find a purpose or trying to figure out with whatever they are trying to do. Men usually won't just be very open. So we know that power of the tongue is so real and it's so impactful, especially right now when we see the lyrics that artists put out, that these people are putting out, and we see the detrimental effects that is reconciling through these people's lives. We all know that power in the tongue is very real. The energies that we speak, the frequencies that we're putting out to the world. We know that power in the tongue is so real, especially in times like that we're in now. We know that energy we know that words replace energy. We know that words have frequencies. So with that being said, that we should be careful how we speak, what we're putting out to the world, okay? How we speaking to partners, friends, how we're speaking. So once we understand that everything has a purpose, that what we do, everything, we should be much more observant in what we're saying, how we're moving, just how we're being vulnerable to the world, because the world is going to engage back with you, whether you know it or not, okay? These energies and these frequencies, okay, they may not come back and they may not come right back, but it's what you put out to the world is going to come back, just how we have cause and effect. So we have to understand that, yes, okay, this life, we have to be very careful on how we even go about our lives, okay? Because we're not living, we are living, but we somewhat live in a deaf culture, okay? I don't want to get too into that, but yeah. So once we understand that words are very prevalent, and that comes with communication, and communication comes with understanding, and understanding is being able to be observant of relationships, being observant of ourselves, okay, being observant of how we are exemplifying ourselves into the world. So as people, as being a man and a woman, okay, even though main topic is being feminine. So not just women, but I'm talking about women, but women have to understand how powerful relationships are, which I believe they do, which I believe we men have to learn how to communicate in a higher level and a much more impactful, in a level that we aren't demeaning each other, that we aren't putting each other in a weaker position. That no, we're gonna speak power, we're gonna speak love, we're gonna be prolific, we're gonna talk in a way that when it comes back to us, when that energy come back, it's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be, we're gonna see what we created through our language, through being able to be orators, okay? So once we learn how to have higher conversations, once we understand the value of relationships, okay? Once we understand the value of relationships, that if we don't care for each other, if we speak very negative of each other, if we aren't moving in a way that is even beneficial to me or you, if we are just being very careless, just living life, that's not necessarily. We want to be able to examine, we want to be able to understand, we want to be able to look at different point of views, we want to be able to see systems, and we want to be able to implement those systems, or we want to be able to implement what we need to implement to help us move forward. We should be able to cater to each other, okay? We should be able to listen without judgment, okay? We should be able to understand different point of views, okay? We should be able to even understand with what is needed, okay? Understanding what is needed in different situations, in different perspectives, okay? Understanding that we are never going to be able to move forward if we don't understand each other, if we can't care for each other, if we can't listen to each other. So all these different aspects, it's not just to be talked about, it's to be implemented. It's to be, so we can ultimately have growth, so we can have understanding, so we can move forward and start to build, start to lead, care for each other, okay? So the whole dynamic, a lot of the dynamics that we have input have to be re-examined, okay? Not just re-examined, but they have to have real solutions and better ways to be implemented, okay? So understanding that that masculinity has been construed, understanding that women in their feminine have been masculated and the men have been emasculated. I see a lot of men without vision. A man can't be a man without a vision, without direction, without being able to have a perspective, without having his own mind, without having his own judgment. Yeah, shop GoldenCircleClothing.com. Get this black khaki piece on GoldenCircleClothing.com. You can find all products. Anything you want to know, it's there. But yeah, go shop GoldenCircleClothing.com. Khaki piece out now. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to end it with just just as men, as women, we need to understand self and authentically be ourselves. Okay, I know that there's a lot of influences. There's a lot of examples. If you're scrolling every day and looking at everybody else's life, that's regardless of whether you know it or not, it's going to have somewhat of an impact on your psychological. Just understanding when we need a detox, okay? Like there's nothing wrong with it. It's so much going on in the world that just being able to detox, you know what I'm saying? Diaphragmatic, even focusing on our breathing is something called diaphragmatic breathing, where you breathe in through your nose. I'll give you an example. And that is literally linked to reducing stress. I've been practicing that for about maybe a few months now. I've been focusing on just different ways of breathing, and even breathing differently even helps different systems in the body. You see what I'm saying? Because there's something called diaphragmatic breathing, which has tremendous effects. It helps oxygen, it helps blood flow, it helps reduce stress, it helps with energy, excitement. There's a lot of just natural things that we can do to help ourselves. So diaphragmatic breathing is breathing through your nose. So breathing through your nose for about 4 seconds. So then breathing out about 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds. So repeat that. Just doing that helps literally clear your mind. If your mind feels fogged up, and you're not really getting clear thoughts, or you're stressed out, this is a practice that doctors actually use with patients. Doctors that deal with stress, with doctors that deal with patients that have a lot of stress, anxiety, etc. like that. These are practices that the patients use, and there's just so much stuff that we can implement in our lives, just in our day-to-day lives, just to bring out more health and just to be more productive and produceful, feel good. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So diaphragmatic breathing is just another way to really help your immune system. Like I said, help blood flow. It actually helps you with concentration. It actually helps bring warmth to the body. There's a lot of things that we aren't very aware of that can really be exuberant in our day-to-day lives. Okay, it actually helps reduce stress. So there's a lot of different tactics that we can start applying. There's a lot of different tactics that we can start applying to our lives for improvement. Like I said, we are talking about solutions, about where we need to improve. This is a space where we're going to be coming together and feeding off and giving insights